Hey friends, guess what time it is? It's time for What I Wish I Would Have Known Wednesday. And this is the last Wednesday of June. It's the last Wednesday of our fiscal Mary Kay year. And so next week I will be starting a new series that you're just going to absolutely love. So kind of maybe put a timer on, like to plug in around noon on Wednesdays and just get a little motivation, inspiration, story time. For a quick 5 minutes from me. Okay, so today, on this last day of the fiscal Mary Kay year, did you guys know it's also halfway to Christmas? So June 25th, it's 6 months to Christmas today. Yikes! Like, it's 105 degrees here today. That's hard to imagine, right? So today I wanted to talk really quickly about what I wish I would have known is that seeds planted matter. Seeds planted matter. You know, there is a parable that talks about that, but also what I realized was that there are times where I plant seeds in my life. I plant seeds in my health. I plant seeds in our unit. I plant seeds in possibilities of leads. I plant seeds in all kinds of things, right? Like, planting seeds is super important. You know, I live around a lot of farming and a lot of seeds were planted, and some are coming up and some aren't. Some are getting the sunshine they need and some aren't. Some are getting the rain they need and some aren't. And the farmer never looks at the ones that aren't coming up, even though, but he plants enough seeds that results happen. And sometimes they sprout up at different times. So first of all, I wanted you to say, are you planting enough seeds to get the results that you want? And that's always been true my entire career in Mary Kay. You cannot reap what you do not sow. And so if you're sowing good seeds, if you're sowing into other people, if you're sowing into your business, if you're sowing into our unit, if you're sowing into learning, growing, developing, then you're going to reap great results. And winning and losing, so I'm kind of sharing two thoughts today. Winning and losing are both addictive. And what I mean by that is when you start winning, you want to win more. And when you start letting yourself off the hook to lose, okay, it becomes a habit too. And winning, of course, we all know what winning looks like. Winning is making those phone calls. Winning is getting the booking. Winning is making a sale. Winning is getting a new team member. Winning is showing up, all those things. And losing sometimes is not necessarily not getting those things, but it's choosing to not plant the seeds and expect results to come from things that we didn't do, okay? And that can become addictive. Here's some ways that I have learned not to lose, okay? 3 ways. Number 1 is people. Who do I hang around? Because we become like the 5 people we hang around with. So I would encourage you today to write down 5 people that are always like around your life, okay? And when you are with them and you leave their space, put a plus sign if they make you feel great and empowered and like you could do anything and believe in you and build confidence and make you feel good about yourself. Put a negative, a little minus, if you feel stressed out, if you feel depleted, if you feel like they sucked all the energy out of you, if they were negative, okay? And then there's some people that kind of don't either way, right? And those could be family members, they could be work, they could be wherever. Friends. So I would encourage you to just do that lesson really quick. Like, who are the 5 people that are in your life the most and what kind of energy do they give to you? And then think, what kind of energy do I give to them? Am I a positive in their life or would I be a minus in their life if they said that? It goes both ways, right? Because you become like the 5 people you hang around with. It's proven that people who are successful become more successful hanging around with successful people. It's proven that rich people who hang around other rich people become wealthy. It's proven that people who moan, complain, who are sick, who are, who kind of, oh, woe is me, hanging around with, oh, woe is me people, right? But guess what? We get to choose, right? We can choose to eliminate the negative and we can choose to add more positive. And that's what I loved about my Mary Kay business at the beginning and still today, is that I get to choose who I get to hang around with. I get to choose showing up on Monday nights. I get to choose going to seminar. I get to choose listening to positive tapes. I get to choose to go and look at my Mary Kay in touch and do research and be on the website and listen to the inspiring stories. I get to choose all that stuff. So number one is people, and two is actually input, because whatever you put in comes out. Okay, so I'm going to give you a gross analogy. Whatever you put in your mouth comes out somewhere else. And sometimes it's stinky, right? Okay, so whatever you put in your mind comes out of your mouth typically, comes out of your belief, comes out of your spirit. So I just realized, and this is something, especially this, I think more and more now today than ever, is so important that we really, really, really grasp it and make sure, because I just had this aha like 3 days ago, like I have been down a negative trail. Like not everything, but there's a few things that I've allowed to lose, right? Like little tiny losses that kind of get their feet in there, and then they kind of perpetuate. You don't even know they're happening in my mind. And I realized the reason that was happening was because of what was being inputted, what I was choosing to listening to, what I was choosing to turn on, what I was choosing to read, look at, listen to, put myself in the position of. So we have that choice as well. Input always equals output. So what you're putting in is what's coming out. All right. The third thing today is what I wish I would have known is that action comes before confidence and competence. Action comes before confidence and competence. I'm someone who likes to feel like I have it all figured out. Still to this day, I have to fight that. I'm going to get the results that I want before I even start, right? Like I want to feel confident before I take the action. And you guys, there's no way that you get confidence or competence before you take action. So today I want to encourage you to look at those three things. Whose life, like who can change people, input, and action. Have a great day.